Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reacting to some unpopular K-pop opinions from Quora. Surprisingly, I think Quora isn't as brutal as other social media platforms like Reddit, but they still went in on some idols. But anyways, as always, disclaimer, these are not my opinions. I'm solely reacting to them. Don't take anything said in this video that serious. No disrespect is intended towards anyone mentioned. Don't forget to like, comment what you think about these opinions, and most importantly subscribe. Now that the intro's out of the way, let's get started. I see where the OP is coming from, because, whether people want to admit it or not, this did have an effect on Pentagon, and the now non-existent Triple H. And ever since Hyuna and Dawn basically got dropped by Cube, Pentagon has been left in the shadows by this so-called scandal. Especially since both happened in Pentagon's biggest year commercially. It seems like they haven't really been able to fully bounce back from it, as they haven't had a song as big as Shine, and a lot of people have lost interest in the group. Which sucks, because Pentagon still make excellent music. One of the few boy groups that actually served last year. But at the end of the day, considering how Hyuna carried Cube on her back for years and basically wasn't allowed to have a love life, I can't say I blame them for making that decision. It's a shitty situation, but I personally think it was Cube's fault for mishandling the situation. They really could have sorted this out, because in the end it was commercial suicide for them, but as per usual Cube couldn't do anything but be utterly useless. This is a reminder that if you ever feel like you're not that smart, just remember Cube exists. See, that's another word K-pop fans learned and ran with. I can't even say learned, because that implies that you actually understand what the word means. The hold this word has over K-poppies is beyond scary. But the way I see it is that you'll assume because Dreamcatcher aren't a part of the big three or one of the most popular girl groups, that this suddenly means that they are underrated. I really don't think that's the case. They are doing quite well, especially for the sort of genre that they mainly do. And they are far from Nugu status. K-pop fans just need to free themselves from the shackles of using words incorrectly. Now where do I begin with this? Because the rap was sensational and it certainly went platinum in my room. Red Velvet catch a lot of strays for their raps, and that doesn't sit right with me. I said this before and I'll say it again. They are not a rap group. Never have been, never will be. I think people are a bit too serious sometimes. It's purely vibes. It was short, but it did the job, because only Irene could say she's the original visual and really be the original visual. I wholeheartedly agree with this. Itzy probably had the best performance of that night. They are not to be played with when it comes to their stages. Truly queens of performance. But in terms of the actual award, especially for last year, I think it was obvious it was going straight to next level. Like, come on, there's levels to this shit. Nobody knows what the fuck the new AVO is, but thanks to aespa we all saw that shit last year.
Not on my watch.
Yeah, it was cute for sure, but not while butter exists. I literally forgot about this, and when I went back to watch it, I wish I didn't. Both are icons in their own right, but this was so unnecessary. You can barely even call it a dance performance. I know Jessi's not really a dancer, so I guess that's why it was so lackluster, but they really could have done something other than just strut across the stage and flip their hair extensions. But hey, that's just me. Being an all-rounder means you can do everything, but being an ace means you excel in everything. Being able to do it and actually being a pro at it are two different things. To have that ace title, you have be great at everything, not just because you know everything like an all-rounder would. For example, someone like Han is clearly an ace. His vocals, rapping, producing, composing, dancing all are top tier, whereas someone like Bang Chan is more of an all-rounder. Well damn. I don't know what to say to this because before stayc, I was down in the dump, and in the gutter, because 4th gen was just missing something, and ever since they debut with So Bad I'm not even joking, I've had a spiritual awakening, and trust me I haven't been the same ever since. Maybe we're just not listening to the same girlies. Because the consecutive bops that the stayc girls have been dropping have been far from mediocre. They just don't miss, I fear. If I saw this a year ago, I would have partially agreed because there wasn't much to speak on. It was getting worrying. But I feel like after this album that she's dropped, she's proved that she's very much capable of being a successful soloist. She's beat the flop soloist allegations for sure. She's improved vocally, she seems to be a lot more comfortable on stage, and she took in composing her album and made several bops. The era as a whole was a serve, and she's definitely come a long way since 16. It would be better if she could come back a bit more frequently, but other than that I don't think the black label has hindered her in the way people have made them out to. Somi's clear, and it's only up and onwards for her. Leaving JYP was probably the best thing she ever did. I don't know if I would say underrated. I see it more as falling off, because they were quite successful before the scandal that benched their career. They definitely have the range, from songs like Anthem to Apology to Bling Bling, and I think people are well aware that they have plenty of hits, but just don't care for them. Especially since the scandal. They had the potential to be huge, but I think the combination of YG's mismanagement and Hanbin's scandal is what sent them straight to decline. And unfortunately for them, YG's so-called strategy of the lack of promotion didn't work for them like it did for the Pinks. It's insane how much their treatment at YG changed after the scandal. But overall I think they've been minimized to the nostalgia that Love Scenario brings. Don't even get me started with this one, because the way K-pop fans will hype their faves for literally doing fuck all on stage. It's embarrassing. I know people argue that stage presence is subjective. But I disagree. Some people have it and some just don't. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of the times people confuse an idol's dancing ability with having actual stage presence. Of course dancing can be an element of stage presence, but it's so much more than that. It's all about the attention-seeking theatrics. And I mean that in a good way. For example, in Loona, I would say Eve is an excellent dancer, but Olivia is the queen of the stage. The way she encapsulates the audience. She truly is the moment. I get that it can make you feel more connected to an idol, especially if you can resonate with them. But I think sometimes it can get too toxic because people start to glamorize struggle culture, and that's not cute. Along with that, the obsession with the rags to riches story is a bit worrying. No fan should want to see an artist go through a harsh time. That's weird behavior. At the end of the day, every artist has their own different struggles, and nobody is the same, but I don't think it's fair to scale the extent of a struggle to deserving success. The way songs with empty choruses get slandered on a daily, it's unreal. I think what a lot of groups and producers don't get, is that there's an art to empty choruses. You have to master that shit. It can't be done by just anyone. For example, Bon Bon Chocolat is a timeless classic that has yet to be dethroned. It's monumental, polished, and slayed to perfection, but then with a chorus like Adios, that's a mess in the worst possible way. Yeah, there's levels to this shit. Adios has some redeemable qualities about it, like Aisha's rap and the pre-chorus and even the instrumental, without the chorus. But I don't think that the entirety of empty choruses are all that bad, but there's definitely the bad. the boy group stan that wrote this, cuz ain't no way. You don't even have to be a Loona stan to love that cover. They literally yassified what the Neos already perfected.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
Note, try again. I know you're not talking about the Dance the Night Away that had the whole industry in synchronization when it dropped. I see what the OP did there, but no. Let's look at the real enemy here, which is Heart Shaker. Or even worst, Scientist. Dance the Night Away is not their best either, because absolutely no song is touching Cheer Up or Fancy, but it does sit with the greats for sure. They didn't have Us in the Moonlight just for you to say it's their worst title track. Oh yes, I agree. Shit's so overwhelming. The only song I can actually enjoy by all of them, well, all at the time, is Black on Black. And even at that, it took me at least a year for it to really digest, because all that roaring and growling had me scared, shook, panicking. Having 23 men on one song is a lot to take in one go. I'm so tired of hearing this take that K-poppies seems to love. There's definitely countless privileges to debuting in the big three that give you a head start, but I don't think that necessarily means that there's an unfair advantage. What exactly is unfair about it? It's how the industry works. With an entertainment like SM having a roster of successful groups, of course people are more likely to pay attention to their new forthcoming groups than a company nobody has heard of with very few or no successful past groups. Ouch. The OP ate y'all up and there's nothing I can even say. I don't know about boy groups dominating 4th gen musically, but I know for sure there's so many girl groups that are hyped to the max on social media, but when we check the actual statistics it's crickets. Like, where's all that energy that y'all have going to, because it certainly isn't to streaming, albums or digitals. I hate to see it, because girl groups have been carrying 4th gen on their backs and they don't get nearly enough of the support that they deserve. Oh, don't even get me started on this neglected gem. Dion Sus and Home got all the love, but poor Microcosmos was abandoned and pushed to the sidelines. But it's okay, because I think I'm the only one still streaming it like my life depends on it. Sadly, Pretty Privilege didn't work for this song. I honestly don't know why noisy songs have been getting so much shit lately. Sure, there's the absolutely terrible songs, but like anything in life there's the good and bad. There's terrible ballads, as in ballads that literally make you feel like you're aging as you listen to them. But does that stop me from listening to ballads? No. It just means those types of ballads are snooze fests. Just like with noise music, there's the good and bad. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and feel free to comment what you think about these opinions, and comment some of your own. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, see you.